Okay, we're back. Bleach, episode 10. Kenpachi versus Kenpachi. Sounds silly when you put it like that, huh?
Are you sure we're not covering the filler again?
Yeah, or that time Kenpachi fought one of the twins, Royd or whatever, that turned into him. Man, he's fighting Kenpachis a lot. Okay, got a lot to cover, so let's get straight into it. The episode opens with Kenpachi going on about how he keeps blacking out, and every time he comes to... Yeah, exactly. Damn it, you and your stupid text tone. Every time he keeps blacking out, he comes back during while he's still fighting. He says he loves to fight, but there was only one fight in the past that he ever got delirious during. I mean, it's...
He was just letting me know my battery was low.
Kenpachi?
No, Raz.
Well... Anyway. Flashback with Unohana as a Soul Reaper that I cannot tell who voices this dude. Runs up to her.
He sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah. He regrets to inform her that they were unable to find a strong enough opponent for her. This was back when she was the commander of Squad 11. But after finding a mountain of corpses, she's like, what? Where'd these corpses come from? I didn't do this! It's revealed it was a younger Kenpachi that did it. So, you know, this is how they first met. She monologues about how he was the first fighter to give her joy, that she wanted to fight. Yes, not fuck, fight. But, yeah. But she laments it's because of their first fight that he shackled himself. As we cut back to the present, and Kenpachi's able to do more than just counter her now, he actually lands a strike to her. Can you believe it, Dai? He's improving.
Oh, how unfortunate.
But yeah. Unohana continues. She continues monologuing how Kenpachi doesn't even realize it, how he subconsciously weakens himself during every fight till he's near death. And then he lets the shackles go slightly. Hence how he was able to be defeated by Ichigo and his mere Shikai and almost died to Nuetra, as she explains it. Which, I mean, it does make sense if you think about it, because, like, how the fuck else would he lose to Ichigo and just his Shikai? But yeah. It's all because he suppressed his strength after his fight with Unohana all those years ago. Because both of them realized the thrill of living on the edge instead of fighting to win.
Living on the fridge.
The fridge?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah. That's why she says it's her sin. Because everyone he fought until Unohana was weaker than him. It was the first time he fought her that she was a challenge. Kenny fears that if he killed her during their first duel, he might never find a strong opponent again. So he started weakening himself to everyone else's level.
He brought himself down to their level.
Yep.
Because they suck so much.
She even says, she's like, there is no one stronger than me in the Soul Society except you. So, that's why she is going to get him to near death as many times as possible to get him back to the way he was before. So, she's stabbing him, then healing him. It's really kinky. Well, Kenpachi's able to land a really good blow on her as she heals herself. Saying that she mastered Kaido here. Not sure if she meant Kido or if Kaido is something different, but whatever. But she goes Bankai Dai. Saying that playtime is over. And I'm surprised you didn't meme the name of her Bankai, actually.
What?
Minazuki.
No, there's no need for a showdown.
But it's Persona, man! Also,
No,
the new OST. What?
Let Persona die in peace.
The new OST, by the way, here is fucking awesome. And it's actually available. You could go find it. It's titled Bankai Minazuki. So I hope they use it more than just this one fight. But, yeah.
Which they won't.
Well, from what we could tell, doesn't her Bankai release like a red liquid thing? Red viscous liquid or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, the red liquids are called blood, buddy.
Is it legit blood?
Yeah, she could before she releases it. She covers her blade in her own blood.
Well, yeah, it seems like it can heal and hurt you. She even explains at one point that she learned to heal herself so that way she could fight forever. And, you know, makes sense. Also, the fight and everything is heavily extended here in the anime version. Because in the manga, it's not exactly clear exactly the whole what her Bankai is even supposed to really do. The anime gives you a better representation of that.
Using blood as a weapon, obviously. If you never played Bloodborne, God,
Pretty sure
what a plebeian.
Yeah. I mean, lots of things use blood as weapon, though. Dead Man Wonderland, character in Soul Eater does that.
Yeah, well, Dead Man Wonderland is dead.
How sad.
Killed by filler.
But yeah, so the anime even does the whole stylized thing where there are skeletons at one point in the fight. So it's, I don't know, I thought that was cool, man.
Skullfuck Shrek-a-copter, indeed.
Yeah, Kenpachi describes the feeling of the Bankais. Feels like he's melting away. He feels
and that's
happy.
when the skulls come in.
Yeah. He monologues himself how he's been dreaming of their first duel constantly, trying to recapture that feeling with every fight. And he finally realizes that he loves battle. This when Unohana replies, she knows. While he suppresses his power in order to fight for eternity, this is, you know, why she learned to heal, so she could fight for eternity. Beat herself or her opponent. But she states there can only be one Kenpachi.
Aww, what's that mean?
Yeah. So when it comes to a Kenpachi, you have two choices. One, kill your rival, or train your rival to become stronger than you. And she chooses to use the tip of her blade to make her rival stronger.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. This is when the fight comes to an end, though, as Kenpachi impales her.
You could have just been vague as a Kenpachi and piles Kenpachi.
That would have been confusing.
Well, not inaccurate.
As her thoughts, she thinks to herself, farewell to the one man that brought her joy. This one comment in the manga made people ship these two, by the way.
As much as you can ship people like that.
I could see it. This is how they do foreplay. I mean, hell, Kenpachi even begs her not to die, screaming at her to stay alive, as she assures him there are plenty of strong foes left for him to fight, and strong allies, too. You know, I mean, he met Ichigo. Ichigo's strong as fuck. And now...
Yeah, but Ichigo's also about...
What? He's not, though.
I mean, he would have been, if it wasn't filler.
Well, she also assures him he also has a new partner who has just finally awakened that's been beside him this whole time. I guess we'll find out what that means in a second. And she says now she can finally leave him the one thing left he held, the title of Kenpachi, as she died knowing that she achieved her purpose. So she's happy. And yes, Unohana's dead. Sorry for all the Unohana simps out there. But don't feel bad, Kate Higgins still has work in Bleach. Remember, she's in the now.
And whenever Karen shows up again...
Yeah.
I know what I said.
Well, Kenpachi hears a voice calling out to him. It's like, who the hell is that? It's his Zanpakuto. Yes, Kenpachi finally awakened his Zanpakuto. Voiced by Inaris Quinones. And yes, that is 100% how to pronounce her name. I don't need to worry about that anymore.
You watched enough commentaries to find out by now?
Yep. Echidna from ReZero and Besco Yuki from Horimiya. Fight me! As she exclaims that she is here for him now, that he can finally hear her voice.
This is gonna get really stupid later.
Well,
anyone who knows the real reason will agree.
Oh, I thought you were going to mention because of the double casting we're about to get to in a second. But yeah, manga readers might know something too.
No, the manga readers know why.
Well, cut to Ichigo and Renji arriving at Nemaya's palace and... Okay, Nemaya is definitely an interesting character. Remember, everyone in Squad Zero is insane. This improves Nemaya. Hell, in the Japanese version, or Weebanese version, he speaks English and acts over the top as fuck. So how did the dub handle it? They make him do a bunch of cringy rap.
Killer B, is that you?
Yeah, we don't even know who voices Nemaya either, so it could be Killer B for all we know. He sounds familiar as hell, but it's not posted yet.
He's at least one of the people that's always hanging around Killer B.
Yeah. But if you know Killer B from Naruto, congrats, you know Nemaya. That's basically his whole shtick. And he has a bunch of women with him, as Cone remarks that this is heaven, and he couldn't be happier.
That was the thumbnail of the video, by the way.
Cone having a nosebleed. Yeah. I mean, it's...
Which makes total sense. Don't think about it.
I thought Kon was going to stick back with Kiryu. I guess not. He went with them. Well, Nemaya, though, after seeing how Ichigo and Renji aren't impressed, is not willing to help them out because they're no fun. As Ichigo and Renji grovel before, like, no, sorry, forgive us. Well, come on, man. Help us out. And that's when Mara, his assistant, shows up. Voiced by Daenerys, again. Told you guys double casting would happen.
Always does.
Well, she leads them to Nemaya's real palace, which looks like a shithole. I mean, seen everyone describe it online.
It's just a hole in the ground with a shack on top of it.
Yeah. Cody even remarks, man, I like the other place better. And Nemaya's like, me too, my stuffed animal friend. I wish that were my real palace too. Once inside, it's time for some more exposition, as he explains all the women that were there were Zanpakutos, that he is actually the only living, breathing human there. As he says, maybe Renji and Ichigo would have noticed if they gave their Zanpakutos more love and paid more attention to them. Notice me, Zanpakuto, senpai.
Just makes that filler arc really stupid.
Read the Zanpakuto arc.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, he slams Zabimaru and Zangetsu together, shattering them, saying it's easy to break them with how little respect the masters have shown them so far. It's poor Zanpakutos, man.
Call the Zanpakuto abuse hotline today.
Well, he goes on to say that now they're surrounded by angry Zanpakuto because they don't like people being racist towards their kind. Or just people not being respectful towards them. And he'll fix Zabimaru and Zangetsu if they can survive getting the shit kicked out of them by a bunch of angry Zanpakuto. I think I've said Zanpakuto more time in this one video than I did in that last filler arc we covered on them, man.
It's not gonna end.
Yeah.
Why not just say Zanpak 2?
I'm gonna slap you. But he says he won't make Zanpakuto for suckers. I think I prefer this. This is one thing. I heard in the Weeb version he calls them scrubs, but I think I prefer suckers, I'm not gonna lie. This is what he reveals about the Asauchi. Don't worry. It's the end of the exposition for this episode. The
Basil's gone.
What's up?
I said Basil's gone?
After the Asauchi's exposition. So the Asauchi are the generic Zanpakutos given to Academy trainees and every generic Soul Reaper. And the idea is you're supposed to train, eat, sleep with them as much as possible till you imprint your own... Yeah, you're supposed to imprint your own spiritual pressure on them till that gives them their own uniqueness. So, yeah. And Nimaya is known as the Blade God, for he's the one who made all of the Asauchi given to every Soul Reaper in Soul Society, as they need to earn the respect of at least one Asauchi in this test.
What tests tickle?
Cut to Kenpachi leaving the Mukin as the episode ends. By the way, him leaving the Mukin here, or the prison, whatever you want to call it, is anime only.
And her sword behind too.
Yeah.
In the ground.
But we're not
just
done with...
anyways, what?
Yeah. Poor Unohana. But we're not done with the episode yet. Post-credits scene! As it's been 3 days later, which... Yeah, it's basically...
72 hours later.
If you're wondering what happened during the 3 days, this is when the Kenpachi fight took place, was during that 3-day time span. So... Renji passed his test. He managed to make an Asauchi submit, whereas Ichigo didn't. Yeah. No Asauchi selected him.
He was so close to calling out Ichigo dead weight too. Missed opportunity.
Nimaya more or less states Renji was able to prove he is indeed a true-bred Soul Reaper, whereas Ichigo has not. He's a loser. He's failed.
You have no skills and you're a loser.
Yep. And he must return to the world of the living. As he states, an ordinary human has no right being in the Soul Society, that they're useless. And he will not fix Zangetsu. Can you believe it, man? Oh yeah, he sends Ichigo back. Ichigo suddenly is back in front of the Kurosaki Clinic. And it's raining, too.
Yeah.
As he monologues to himself, Ichigo needs to go back to his roots and find out where he really came from. And learn why never having an Asauchi actually means something. Since Ichigo, yeah, he never had one. His sword was made through other means. But, yeah. And the preview is by... pretty sure it's his mom, Misaki. I have no idea who's voicing her, though, so maybe they got the same person back. I don't know. This dub seems to be all over the place with that. Sometimes they'll get someone back for literally one sentence, and other times... people you think
Spike over there?
Yeah, or Don DeChaka. And at other times, they replace someone you think they'd get back easily.
Chris.
So, thoughts on the episode. I thought it was fucking great. I saw some people think they should have dedicated an entire episode to Kenpachi versus Unohana instead, and then make the episode of Ichigo and Renji in Soul Palace. But I think it's still fine. You know, swap the events around more to make them fit better, I guess.
it's still more of an episode focused on a fight than Dragon Ball Super. Ow!
What?
What?
That statement confused me.
With how condensed the fights are in Super.
Oh, that's what you
I
meant.
mean.
Oh. I was going to say, Super has some fight episodes. Whatever, it's a discussion on Super. It's a discussion on Bleach. So yeah, the episode was great. Fucking Kenpachi and Unohana's fight was awesome. They did a really good job with it, especially extending it and everything. And yeah, the stuff we learned also was interesting from the creator of all Zanpakutos. Especially with how it's more or less implied that Zangetsu's been withholding truths from Ichigo this whole time. What does that mean?
Again.
Yeah. Also seeing Ichigo be powerless again after the Fullbring arc. It's like, wow, Ichigo cannot catch a break. Every time it's like, yeah, I got my powers back,
yeah,
man.
I just got my powers back a week ago. My powers are gone again.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit, man. He cannot catch a break. Every time. It's like, man, things can't get any worse, man. I'm having a bad day. What? What do you mean? Holy shit. But yeah. Still a great episode. And, I mean, hey, we know Renji passed his test, so we'll see what that means. And we'll see how Ichigo deals with being powerless for a second time.
Again.
Actually, technically a third time. Didn't he lose his powers after Byakuya stabbed him after their first encounter in the world of the living at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah, so third time's a charm, right, Ichigo? Well, join us next time as we cover more Bleach. Let us know what you all thought of this episode. Also, Patrick Seitz and Kate Higgins killed it once again in their duel, so good job there.
Kenpachi wins.
Kenpachi wins.
And maybe and maybe there won't be another conspiracy like with E-Bird.
Yeah, we'll see who voices D-Maya. I'm sure it'll be probably revealed the second we're done doing this Dubster Dive. That's usually how it always goes.
Except for the fact that it wasn't.
But alright, guys. Join us next time for more Bleach. And hopefully you all enjoyed and all that stuff. Till then, way back. Have a great day. Bye! Unohana's dead!